Hello everyone, my name is Humayun Shahid Durrani and I am a student in English 307, Writing and Oral Communication for Engineers. Today I am presenting my proposal for a nanotechnology-based filtration system to combat PFAS contamination in Northwest Indiana and the greater region. Did you know PFAS chemicals are called forever chemicals because they never break down in nature? Industrial pollution in Northwest Indiana is exposing our communities to PFAS. Cities such like Gary, Hammond, and East Chicago are especially impacted. Here you see the chemical structure of PFAS, highlighting just how stubborn these molecules are in water systems. The problem. So what exactly is PFAS? It stands for per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. PFAS are man-made toxic chemicals. They get into water from factories, steel mills, and chemical plants. Health-wise, they are linked to cancer, reproductive issues, and weakened immunity. Worse, they are persistent, staying in water, soil, and wildlife for decades. As you can see in the diagram below right hand side, this diagram shows just how PFAS enters our bodies and the dangerous health problems it causes, like kidney cancer, high blood pressure, and even vaccine response problems in children. Looking at the PFAS crisis. PFAS pollution isn't just random, it's deeply tied to industries right here in Northwest Indiana. As you can see the visual, it shows how PFAS gets into our drinking water. From products dumped in landfills, firefighting foam, and emissions from factories, it all flows into wastewater, then into agricultural fields, and finally straight into our drinking water systems. This cycle keeps on going. PFAS crisis. As you can see here is the attached PFAS Geographic Information System. This is the actual data mapping PFAS contamination. Each purple triangle represents PFAS sites, while the blue dots show surface water samples. As you can see, areas around Lake Michigan and the broader region are heavily contaminated. This visual proves the scale of the crisis we are facing in the Great Lakes Basin. Why it matters. Now, why should we care this deeply? PFAS is not just an environmental problem, it's personal. It causes cancer, low birth weight, immune system damage. Wildlife isn't spared either. PFAS has been found in fish and birds. The current treatment plants remove only about 50% of PFAS, which is simply not enough. Interesting, this graph, as you can see on the right hand side, it shows the PFAS levels in human blood over time. We have made progress, but the levels are still too high and lingering. The solution. Here's the heart of my proposal. a nanotechnology filtration system. It combines metal organic frameworks, in short form MOFs, and graphene oxide, in short form GO membranes. It's modular, meaning it fits into existing water plants without needing to rebuild. There's also an optional electrochemical reactor at the end for an extra breakdown of contaminants. As you can look towards the image, this diagram shows each stage, starting with pre-filtration, moving through MOFs, then the GO membranes, and finishing with the electrochemical reactor. How it works. Let's break it down step by step. First, pre-filtration catches larger particles like rust and sand. Next, the MOF tank absorbs PFAS molecules. Then, the GO membrane provides even finer filtration. Finally, the optional electrochemical reactor breaks down any remaining PFAS into safer byproducts. As you can look at the diagram, this visual simplifies the process so you can see exactly how each stage contributes to cleaner water. Key benefits. Now, what makes this system so effective? First, it removes nearly all PFAS compared to just 50% with today's treatment. Second, it uses less energy than reverse osmosis, making it more sustainable. Third, it produces less waste. And finally, it's modular, meaning no need to build entirely new facilities. You can look at the comparison chart. This chart shows the clear advantages of the proposed system over what we have today. Now, let's talk about the practical side: design, cost, and timeline. The MOF coatings cost around $500 to $1,000 per kilogram. The GO membranes are about $100 to $200 per square meter. Tanks and pumps are estimated at $20,000 to $50,000 depending on capacity. If you would look at the estimated total, it lies around $300,000 to $350,000 for a medium-sized plant. As for the timeline, we are looking at around 3 months of lab testing, 6 months of pilot testing, and 1 to 2 years for full deployment. If you would take a look at the images to your right, here you see actual microscopic views of MOFs and GO membranes, the core materials of our filtration system. To summarize, PFAS is a major threat to public health and the environment. Current water systems aren't enough, but this nanotechnology filtration system can make a real difference. It's energy efficient, cost effective, and most importantly, it works. With support from local authorities and environmental organizations, a pilot project could lead to safer water for all. Thank you all for your attention. If we act together, we can make this solution a reality. And if you have any questions, then let me know.